there's been a lot of point guards that could potentially find new homes. We know Damian Lillard is a very popular one. Russell Westbrook is a popular one. But a player that I personally think is a little bit more of a long shot, but still somehow finds himself in rumors, is Steph Curry. Now, I know you guys heard the rumor of Steph Curry potentially like going to the Lakers because LeBron James was recruiting him to the Lakers and he might entertain actually joining the Lakers. But what's really interesting is, although I, as a Laker fan, kind of wrote that off because I don't really see a reason why Steph Curry would leave, the Warriors owner, Joe Lacob, actually responded to these rumors today. So this is exactly what he said. Look, Steph Curry, if he really wanted to leave at the end of his contract, he's a free agent, he's earned the right, and he can do it. So looks like Joe Lacob, the owner of the Warriors, is giving Steph Curry his blessing to leave.
Is that really a blessing to leave, or is that just saying you're a free agent? Or is that just him saying you're a free agent, I can't control where you go? I think that might be what that is.
I would say that's a nice comment because yeah, like I mean, you know, remember the Cavs, remember Dan Gilbert?
How is that a nice comment? That's not a nice comment at all. That's just him saying I can't control where he goes.
Actually,
he said if he really wanted to leave, like I can't
you're
control
right.
it. Like
I don't know, man.
Honestly,
like,
I kind of want to look more into that quote. You're right.
I don't know. Like, here's the thing.
Well, he
Steph
continued.
Curry,
All right, wait, hold on. He continued. Let me finish off the thing. So he said, look, Steph Curry, if he really wanted to leave at the end of his contract, he's a free agent. He's earned the right. He can do that. Then he said, I said that with Kevin Durant. I'm still friends with Kevin Durant, and I still really like him. And I will always love him for what he did for the franchise. By the way, he took less money when he was here. He really helped us. We were able to get a couple of other players. Players don't usually do that, and he did that. So I have great respect and admiration for that for Kevin, and I would for Steph no matter what he does too. He's done a lot for us. We've done a lot for him. I don't even know. Yeah, like that is like why at the end, dude? I feel like I swear to God, like we said the same thing with Mark Cuban, where it's like they like owners say a whole thing, and then at the end they just add in one last sentence where I'm like, okay, wait, what? Why? Like, and we've done a lot for him. Like, bro, he's Steph Curry. Like, why are you even adding that in?
yeah, seriously.
I mean, if you ask me, I agree with them. The Warriors did do a lot for Steph Curry. People forget, but there was a time where the Golden State Warriors were thinking, okay, should we trade Monte Ellis or should we trade this like injury-prone player, Steph Curry, that isn't able to make it a full season with us? And this was like, I think, circa 2012, 2013. So there was a point where they were actually going to punt on Steph Curry. So
I don't think.
And they could have. They didn't do him a favor.
I don't think.
Anybody
I don't
would have
think
taken
that
Steph
they were going
Curry.
to punt on him. He had one season where he played 26 games. Other than that, rookie season,
And again,
he played
anybody
80
would have
games.
happily taken Steph. Maybe not anybody, but I'm sure most teams would have probably enjoyed taking Stephen Curry.
The thing is, by saying like we've done a lot for him, that's just kind of just strange to me. Like I don't know why you're saying that.
I mean, they built this. They built.
You know what, Mike?
really
No,
good team.
I'm with you. The Pelicans are doing a lot for Zion right now. I see what you're saying. I like that.
Yeah, that's my whole point. Is like any team would love to have a Steph Curry and love to have him whole career. It's just like I'm just saying it's just an unnecessary statement to add in.
Yeah,
and we've done a lot for him. It's like as if he's kind of like throwing it out there like, hey Steph, remember we've done a lot for you, so stay here.
I mean, here's the thing. You look at a lot of careers that have been mismanaged in the NBA and in the NFL. The most famous case probably being LeBron James. First 7 years of his career with the Cleveland Cavaliers, career was mismanaged. Steph Curry went to the Golden State Warriors, a team that was consistently making the playoffs. And, well, at their heights over the past 2 decades, they were making the playoffs at their very best. And of course, they had some very exciting teams with the We Believe Warriors and then the Run TMC Warriors. And he took them to a brand new stratosphere. So what I'm trying to say is it kind of takes two to tango. Like Steph Curry could have ended up on like the Minnesota Timberwolves. David Kahn was drafting those teams. And David Kahn is one of the most incompetent GMs in NBA history. The man that drafted Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio. So what I'm trying to say is they did do a lot for him. They didn't mismanage his career. And yeah, they both got a reward out of it, resulting in
But
Steph Curry having a remarkable career
I
and the
don't,
Warriors winning
I don't think anyone's
championships.
arguing with that. They did a lot for him. I'm just saying, why say it? Like, why? No, you don't have to say that. It's just unnecessary.
I think
Yeah.
he's just trying to. I think he's just trying to hype up the Warriors as a world-class organization.
Nah, I think he's patting
makes
himself
good
on the back
decisions.
for unnecessary reasons, to be honest.
I mean, I'm a firm believer that a decent amount of the Warriors dynasty was built upon just like moves going the right way and just like some luck.
Yeah, I
So
think like 60% of it, 70% of it is just drafting Steph Curry. That's what I'm going to say. Without
Well-
Steph, there's no dynasty.
Well, and Clay, I mean, yeah,
and Clay and
Yeah.
Draymond, like
It's-
Yeah,
there's a
but
lot.
no. You could say Clay's 20, maybe Draymond's 10, but without Steph, there's no dynasty. I'm giving him
I actually
70%.
think
Well, yeah,
Draymond's
absolutely.
a huge part of it. I think Draymond's a huge part of it. The
Draymond for
he was
sure
able to-
is, and that's
I
why I
think
gave
they're
him
all part of
10%.
All right. Well, so here's my question. So, we all
honestly,
agree,
Draymond.
Steph
Actually,
Curry-
wait. Draymond, that actually might be underrated. I think Draymond, like, Clay falling to like what 10 or 11 or whatever he fell to is like around 10, I think. That isn't as shocking as Draymond being a second round pick and somehow emerging into a defensive player of the year and multi-time All-Star. So I will give that a higher percentage than 10.
That's fair.
So Steph Curry, we all agree. Steph Curry, we could all agree. We discussed this in one of the earlier pods. I guess we're just going to reiterate our stance. I personally, I'm a diehard Laker fan, and I do say have those jersey swaps and think everyone's going to the Lakers, but I just don't see Steph Curry leaving the Warriors. It's just his chances of winning a championship here are significantly greater than most of his other options, like joining a 37-year-old LeBron James over just keeping it going with Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and whatever superstar that the Warriors would attain this year. Just way too much of a great opportunity. You could sign for significantly more money on the Golden State Warriors, and the Golden State Warriors will forever be Steph Curry's team. He'll join that elite status, that elite tier that features himself and Kobe Bryant. And Tim Duncan, and Dirk. So I don't see him leaving. I'm sure you guys agree with me on that.
I do not agree with you. Actually, I do not agree with you. Here's the thing. Tim Duncan played on a contender for basically his entire career. Like, he late into his career, Tim Duncan was playing on a contender. Kobe Bryant was an untradeable contract at the end of his career because of injuries. Steph, I think and I hope he stays in Golden State. However, I do think that this season is going to be absolutely huge in that decision-making process, because what happens if Klay gets hurt again? What happens if the guy that they trade for, I'm assuming they're going to trade their two picks that they have. They currently have the number 7 and number 14 pick. I'm hoping they trade 7 and 14 and James Wiseman and get, a great player to come in and help the Warriors and put them back in a championship contention. What if they don't do that? We don't know. I'm not going to just, write off Steph leaving, because if they don't make the right moves, maybe he doesn't want to play his last 3 seasons on a team that he doesn't think is going to win a championship. I think at times this year, playing on a team that wasn't in championship contention, he was frustrated visibly on the court.
Flight Mike, I'm going to agree with you. I really can't see him leaving. And to add on to what Korzimba said about building a winner around Steph, I don't think it's as hard as maybe building a winner around some other players. I don't know where I'm really trying to go with this, but what I'm trying to say is Stephen Curry is so good. The Warriors were practically the 8th seed this season with an absolute shell of a roster. I mean, these guys were not good. So, going into this offseason, they have some assets. Obviously, they're going to retool the roster a little bit. They're going to probably get off of these picks, go get a guy that can help out right now. And I mean, seriously, with all of the injuries they had this past season, it's really hard for me to not see this team getting considerably better going into next season. Considering that, I just really have a hard time picturing him leaving the Golden State Warriors.
I mean, the thing is, I'm with you I have a hard time, but Klay Thompson has not played a game of basketball since 2019. Okay, like that is my concern. What if Clay gets hurt again? What's his contract situation currently? He's signed till 2024, making $40 million. If he gets hurt again, they're screwed. Like basically, they're screwed.
I wouldn't say they're screwed. They were just basically the 8th seed with just Steph and Gray.
Yeah,
and
but there's
Draymond.
a huge, there's
and they're
a
going
massive,
to go get more players this
First of
offseason.
all, Draymond is getting older. Steph is getting older.
He is.
And there is a massive difference between being.
They're getting older together. It's not like there's a massive.
But I'm saying there's a
gap.
massive difference between being the 8 seed and being in championship contention. There's a massive difference.
But they were the 8th seed with like a bad roster and a lot of injuries.
Yeah, and if Clay gets hurt again, you can't improve the roster as much as you would like.
You have
he literally makes $40 million. Like if you can only do so much with a guy making $40 million if Clay gets hurt again. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying if Clay comes back and is a shell of who he was, I hope he doesn't. He's had 2 years off. So, but if he comes back as a shell of who he was, or if he gets hurt again, like that is a serious problem that needs to be accounted for. And until Steph resigns, I'm just leaving that open.
Yeah, so guys, we are capping off the giveaway to the first 40,000 subscribers that turn on our notifications for the Laced Up podcast. All you have to do to enter for a chance to win a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X is subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to do us a favor, leave a like on the pod and let me know in the comment section down below when it's done. You'll enter for a chance to win a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X.
If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're going to love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.